Welcome back to another video. Today I'm discussing why Zamasu was so much better at using Goku's body than Ginyu. Of course, throughout the retrospects, there's only been 2 times that Goku's body has been taken over by another. At least from my recollection, is within Ginyu and Goku Black. Of course, in Ginyu's case, he does the body swap technique where he inevitably injures his own body, switches his body with Goku, so he can have a stronger body at use to him. Of course, Goku does get his body back when inevitably Ginyu uses the body transfer technique again. While also, Goku Black or Zamasu uses the Super Dragon Balls in any timeline to inevitably have to switch places or take over Goku's body, inevitably killing Goku's family and taking over Goku's body to basically kill all the Kais, inevitably killing all the gods of destruction, and then killing all the mortals. The Zero Immortals plan, along with his counterpart of a immortal, Zamasu. Now, the question that needs to be answered, why Goku Black was so much better at adapting or tapping into Ginyu's power, is wrong. They were inevitably, and I've only seen this question on the timeline, they inevitably were doing the same thing. It's just Goku Black had much more battle experience. He has God Ki and was able to tap it in to Goku's inner potential more because he fought more. He really didn't have any understanding. That's why he couldn't transform before with Rose. He couldn't do any of that until he got the experience, until he met Goku, until he fought Vegeta, until he fought Goku to really understand the psychology and the biology of Saiyans. Inevitably, he was just tossing his power around, and no one could stop Goku because he was the strongest in the universe at that current time. Now, we have no idea what happened to Vegeta, but we can inevitably say that Immortal Zamasu dealt with all the stronger people, while Black Goku dealt with more of the weaker people. In terms of when Ginyu takes over Goku's body, he's also just throwing his power around. Ginyu Goku, of course, is not even that much powerful than regular Ginyu. It's not really that big of a power up from Ginyu to Goku, as a Goku versus Ginyu fight, though granted they were completely outclassed, was closer than people actually think in terms of power levels, at least, especially in that little DBZ arc. Also, off the benefactor between the two, Goku Black was the final villain. Ginyu was being power clipped by Frieza the whole time. Everything was leading up to the final confrontation between Goku and Frieza. Now, Goku versus Ginyu, while everything leading up against Goku Black was eventually dealt with Trunks, Goku Black, and Zamasu. That was leading up, but Goku and Vegeta still had to get the licks in, inevitably weaken Goku Black, weaken Zamasu enough to get Trunks to handle him. Of course, Trunks still inevitably has to go into a different form, but still weaken Zamasu and Goku Black enough for Trunks to be like, hey, I got it from here, y'all ain't gotta worry about me. Inevitably, that still doesn't even defeat them, as the Army King still has to come in and still kill off Zamasu in total. Army King is the only person, I don't know if God of Destructions can kill off a immortal being in any turn of sense. Yeah, that is why Goku Black was able to Zamasu was able to tap into Goku's power. They were more battle experience. Of course, God Ki does really help while in his state, so he was pretty much powerful. Of course, still being trained as a Kai, but still pretty powerful, as well as, of course, receiving training with Zamasu. They were still going Kai to Kai, and those Kais most likely put up a challenge for him to defeat. In any sense, it's kind of it. Let me know if I missed something. Of course, between the two, I think Ginyu wouldn't have been able to access a Super Saiyan form like a Goku Black in terms of anything, just because no one in that universe yet has gone Super Saiyan, so he had no basis to go off of. while Super Saiyan Rose is off the benefactor and based off of Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Blue. That's the only reason he was able to access that. If those two don't transform, they probably won't be able to defeat Goku Black. Inevitably, they still had to use Super Saiyan Blue to defeat Goku Black even before Rose. Yeah. So anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.